Good morning, seventh grade. Happy Monday. Today is September 14th, and here is your daily to do list for social studies. Okay, I've been playing with Canvas again this weekend, and I've tried to clean it up a little bit for you so it's a little bit easier for you to find things. You'll notice the announcements are still here, so once I'm done recording my video, your Monday to do list will be here at the top. Your overall to-do list for things that you need to get done, announcements, calendar events, assignments are still right here on the right. But you'll notice that I've taken away a lot of the clickable tabs over here in order to help you find things a little bit easier. If you scroll down, you'll see the buttons are still here. I have tweaked weekly workflow a little bit. So if you go into weekly workflow, see how it says it's week number 2. When that pops up, it's going to take you to this. All right. So every week you're going to have a chart for social studies that looks like this. It's going to have all the dates lined out, and it's going to have your to do list. And all of these items will have a clickable link attached to them. So as you can see, your daily to do list will be here every day. You can click that, and it will take you to my YouTube channel. Your CNN 10 warm up is already here. And then I'm going to go through your big 3 today as well for lesson number 1. CNN 10, because Canvas has been having some issues, instead of making it an assignment, I'm going to make it a discussion. And I apologize, I have not done something to this yet. That's why. Okay. So we're going to go back into student view. My apologies, friends. Okay, once you click on CNN 10, it will take you to Monday's prompt. Remember, Monday is pick one story and summarize it in your own words. You have your video, and I've made this a discussion instead of an assignment because so many people were having issues with the blue submit button appearing in order to make the text box appear and respond. Here at the bottom, the way it works is there is a reply button. You click into it, and it opens up the text box for you. You would type your response just as you would the other way, and you would click post reply. Okay. So there's my answer. Once you hit reply, you'll be able to see anyone else that's commented as well. So hopefully that makes, CNN a little bit easier for everybody. The other thing on your to-do list today is your big 3, or I should say big 2, because for this lesson, you only have 2 things to copy into your study guide. You only have big ideas and you have vocabulary. You do not have a graphic organizer. For my new students, typically at the beginning of every single lesson, we go through what I call the big 3. It is a graphic organizer, a big idea, and vocabulary of the overall lesson that I am about to teach. Students copy these notes into their study guide, and they are allowed to use them on any future tests or quiz. If it was a normal circumstance and we were in school, I would be providing you with that document. But because we are not, you're just going to get an average everyday notebook or any kind of paper. Remember, I don't grade your study guides. These are your notes. You can make them as clean or as messy as you want. My only suggestion would be to go the horizontal way like we did in the past and copy your notes this way to give you more room to write with. Make sure that each page has its own separate topic. So you have graphic organizer on one page, big ideas on another, and vocab on a third. Keep them all separate. And you're going to want to keep those until the end of the lesson, and you are allowed to use them on your tests. So I'm going to go through that with you right now because that is part of your to-do list. And so this link here will be the same as this link, just so you know. All right, so let's go through our big 2 for today. Lesson 1 in 7th grade is all about what are maps, okay? I know that sounds very simple, but there's all different kinds of maps, and we talked about that a little bit last year in 6th grade. So, big ideas for lesson 1 of unit 1. Maps are representations of places. A map is not the place itself. People who create maps select and organize the features of territory to include in their maps. People's purposes, knowledge, and perspective or point of view shape their maps. People's maps of the same place can look very different. So essentially, what you're going to do is copy each one of these bullet points into your notebook or your makeshift study guide and title it Big Ideas. You have, I believe, 7 vocabulary words. Remember, all I want you to know is the word itself and the definition. You do not have to copy the picture, you do not have to write the number, and you do not have to write the example, just the word and the definition. Number 1, representation, the description or portrayal of someone or something in a particular place. Example, a map is a representation of an actual location or place. Number 2, three-dimensional, having length, width, measurement from side to side, and depth. Example, the earth is a three-dimensional object. Number 3, two-dimensional, having length and width, but no depth. Maps depict the earth in a two-dimensional way. So this is like the flat surface maps that you see in my room, and the globes that I usually hang from my ceiling would be the 3D objects. Number 4 is a map, a visual representation of an area. Example, maps are representations of places, but not the actual places themselves. Number 5, continent, any of the world's continuous expanses of land. Example, Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, and South America are the 7 continents of the world. Number 6, map key / legend, the wording of a map explaining the symbols. Example, when reading a book, look for the key or legend near the margin of the page. It is usually surrounded by an outline and explains every symbol shown on the map. And lastly, number 7 is account, a report or description of an event or experience. Example, a map is an account of how the person who created the map sees the place they are representing. This is influenced by a person's knowledge, purpose, and point of view. Feel free to go back and pause wherever you need to in order to copy these notes, but essentially that is your job for today. CNN 10 and Lesson 1 Study Guide Big 2. If you have any questions, feel free to text or email me. Other than that, I will see you soon. Take care.